When I was young, my brother and I built a boat with our father. We spent several years sailing and exploring the Patuxent River, and then I met Tony.
Peter and I spent many happy times on that boat, and so when we got married, we built a larger boat and ventured out into the Chesapeake Bay and its many rivers.
We crewed on larger boats with dreams of sailing the world, but then life took another turn.
Today, we look forward to retirement with dreams of leaving it all behind. Come join us on our journey to sail the sea. In the previous episode, Monica joined us as we chartered a new Seawind 1260 named Inola. We loaded our gear and left the marina in the South River, and then promptly returned to the marina for propane before sailing to Deal to anchor for the night. The second day, we pounded through the Chesapeake Bay chop on our journey south, with winds gusting at 25 plus knots under a reefed main and jib. We sailed into the Patuxent River and turned north towards St. Leonard Creek, where we dropped the hook in St. John's Creek for a peaceful and relaxing evening. Peter, are we caught up?
Yes, that takes us to day 3.
Just passing Drift Inn.
Approaching Battle Creek. Beautiful sunny day. Not almost. Not sunny, but sunny-ish. After yesterday.
Drift Inn is the place to go if you want to eat crabs.
No more distraction. The chop was still bad out in the bay, so we decided to sail our home waters of the Patuxent River, where it was nice and calm. The weather was somewhat sunny and it was a little bit warm, so we had a relaxing sail up the Patuxent River. The boat sailed nicely in the light winds. A screecher would have made all the difference in the world. Are you busy? Who's supposed to be filming? Everyone was relaxing in the sunshine. We were ghosting along upriver at 4 to 5 knots. This boat has the same solar options that me and Tony are hoping to get. We made our way north up the Patuxent River to reaching almost Benedict, then we turned south and tacked our way back towards the bridge in Solomons. Sailing the Patuxent River is all about sailing the wind, catching the little eddies and flows, which can change quite frequently on the same tack.
Ready to tack under the Solomons Bridge. We'll be coming about here shortly. We need to hold on. Coming about.
Get the jib clue control system. It allowed you to control the track for the jib from the cockpit. Running back and forth was really tiresome. We got our angle on that last tack, and we were able to sail safely under the bridge. Our next tack would be the last tack of the day as we tacked into Solomons. We made our last tack, pointed our bows towards Solomon's Harbor, and headed on in for the night. Tony took the helm and guided the boat into Solomon's Harbor under power. We dropped anchor in Solomon's Harbor, just off of the Tiki Bar. It was a great day of sailing, and we kicked back and relaxed with some drinks.
It was a good day of sailing.
It was. We didn't break any speed records, but
And we didn't mash anything either.
yes.
That's the good day of sailing.
I went to school in Solomon's for 8 years, so this was like returning home. And the tacking, I was in my home water, so I wasn't concerned about the water. I was just concerned about the boat. And I thought we did pretty well.
Grab your drink and cheers me.
Cheers.
Okay, let's get together.
Corn and burgers for dinner tonight.
I'm cooking corn. It won't stop. It's alive. It's screaming in pain.
I'm glad Dad's cooking dinner. Of course, he's cooked every night so far.
Are you enjoying your time on the boat?
I am.
What are you doing right now?
I'm having a glass of wine,
And what?
chilling,
Sitting.
sitting.
Two of our favorite things. The door. Done to perfection.
Have any tips for your subscribers?
Yeah, I learned the skills by working at Hardee's. And the burgers are charcoal good.
Guys, it's ready.
We enjoyed the quiet anchorage in Solomon's. We watched boats come and go from the Tiki Bar before turning in for the night. We awoke the next morning and motored out of Solomon's and back into the Chesapeake Bay. There was absolutely no wind. The Chesapeake Bay had turned to glass. I searched and searched, but never did see any wind.
No wind. Not a breath, other than the apparent wind that was created. Look at that glass sea. No sailing today. I'm on tripod duty.
Because you ran over one yesterday.
The only time I will allow a monohull to pass me when he's under motor. We used to live just north of the Cove Point Lighthouse, so I could see the light and hear the foghorn from the house. Cove Point Lighthouse was built in 1828 and stands 52 feet high. In 1928, the light was converted from kerosene to electricity. It contains a fourth order Fresnel lens, and the beacon can be seen for 12 nautical miles. We motored up the western side of the bay until it was time to make a perpendicular turn east to cross the shipping lane and into the Chesapeake River. We continued to motor for the day. The drone of the engines were tiresome. Tony took the opportunity to take a nap. It was a long day of motoring. We motored north up the Chesapeake Bay, crossed east into the Chesapeake River, followed the Chesapeake up into Tread Avon River, where we dropped a hook in a little town called Oxford, Maryland. Monica did a walkthrough of the starboard hull. This is what Monica calls the Monica stateroom. This is where she slept. Inola did not have the microwave. The chest freezer kept everything frozen. Notice there's no ice tray in this refrigerator. You don't have to worry about defrosting anything. This is what I want. The starboard guest berth is where the captain stayed. I think blinds are necessary for any hatch or port that allows the sunlight in. It provides privacy but also keeps the heat out. Inola did not have privacy screens everywhere. There was plenty of galley storage in the drawers and cabinets.
We are cooking whole wheat spaghetti with lemon, basil, and salmon. So the spaghetti's already ready to go. And now we're just gonna grill the salmon. This is one of my favorite meals that I've been cooking for years. You can put the whole wheat spaghetti on a bed of spinach and it's very good and very healthy. Can't wait to eat it. We're gonna put the salmon. As a note, I'm cooking this in a fry pan.
You haven't even tried it yet. And I already know you like it because I've made it before. Alright, bon appetit.
Inola had underwater lights, so we had to try them. Of course, the effect on the murky waters in Oxford's harbor was not as pronounced as it would be in the Bahamas. We settled in for the
How are
night.
you feeling?
Feeling good. This is our last day. We're in
the Choptank River heading back. Cloudy day. We're under double reefs. We're making 5.5 knots. We have thunderstorms and tornado warnings this afternoon. Or tornado watches. Thank you for that, Tony. Critical.
An important distinction.
What do you have to say?
I'm sailing in PJs today.
While it may not seem like it, we knew the storm was out there, and we were monitoring its progress all day.
I think we need more of me on this trip.
Stop it. No more Monica. Come on.
Having a great time out on the boat. Sad it's the last day, but looking forward to eventually sailing around the world with my parents because, you know, they need crew. So yeah.
The few boats out on the bay were quickly looking for cover. Over my shoulder you can see Sharp Island Lighthouse in the distance. This lighthouse was often called a spark plug or coffee pot type lighthouse because of its unique shape. Sharp's Island Light first shone its light in 1882. Ice flows of the 1970s knocked it 20 degrees off of kilter. The lighthouse is in bad shape and its days are numbered.
Southeastern Anne Arundel County in central Maryland, northwestern Calvert County in southern Maryland, southeastern Prince George's County in central Maryland, northeastern Charles County in southern Maryland, until 1:15 p.m. At 12:27 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from National Harbor to St. Charles to 6 miles southeast of La Plata, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects may become projectiles. Locations impacted include Waldorf, Clinton, Mayo, Shadyside, Chesapeake Beach, Deal, Upper Marlboro, South River, Breezy Point, Road River, Andrews Air Force Base, Camp Springs, Oxon Hill, Rosaryville, Friendly, Marlton, Dunkirk, St. Charles, Accokeek, and Brandywine. A tornado watch remains in effect until 2 p.m. for central and southern Maryland.
We are here and we need to get back to here before that storm hits. It's going to be extremely close. We'll see how we do it.
Without the head, you're taping the sails down.
We dropped the mainsail and made sure it was secured in its cover in anticipation of the high winds. We started the motors and tucked our tails between the hulls and started to make our escape. The storm was coming. We could see the wall of water making its way towards us. We made one final check to make sure everything was secured. Since leaving Oxford, we managed to stay in front of the thunderstorms and the tornado until we reached just south of the South River entrance, where the storm caught up with us and all hell broke loose.
Do you want to get film out there real quick?
No, it's tornado rain. Ready? We sought protection in the saloon where we can control the boat through the auto helm. The heavy rain hit us like a ton of bricks. We immediately lost all visibility. We couldn't even see past the hulls. The heavy winds was not far behind the wall of water. At one point, the winds were reaching 50.6 knots, which is slightly over 58 miles per hour. As quickly as it hit us, it soon passed overhead. The whole storm lasted for about 3 to 4 minutes. We continued motoring to the marina. We were only 3 miles away when the storm hit. The 1260 provided great protection from the storm. We were able to control the course with the chart plotter or the Helm key fob. We were soon safely tied up at the marina.
Trip over.
As you almost push it into the water. That almost went off the dock.
I got it.
Unloading is never as fun as loading. One final view of the great cockpit of the 1260. Chartering Inola proved to us that the 1260 is still the best boat for us. Inola had served us well for the 5 days and we had a great time. We wish to thank the owners for putting the boat into charter.
Did you have a good time?
We did.
It was our second 1260 charter. We chartered it for 5 days. We had all kinds of weather. We had beaten into the wind on a very windy day with gusts up to 28. We had a nice sail up the Potomac River, tacked back down. That was probably a beautiful day. Wednesday, we motored all the way over, across the bay from Solomon's to Oxford. And then this morning from Oxford, we sailed on the Broad Reach all the way back up here to Liberty Marina in South Creek. We did run into a squall. We did hit 52-mile-an-hour wind.
For a few minutes.
Luckily, we saw it coming. We dropped the sails just in time, but, you know, typical Chesapeake Bay sailing, right?
Well, not exactly, because there was a tornado watch.
Well, you had a tornado watch.
So we just got back from our trip on Inola around the Chesapeake, and I really enjoyed the trip, and I came away feeling very comfortable with Peter and I at the helm. We did a lot of practicing of docking, anchoring, two big things, trimming of sails. We had a couple of days there with a lot of wind. So I felt very safe in the cockpit. I just felt like every time we get to go out, we come away with a little bit more experience and feeling like it really is the boat for us. The cockpit is feels safe, and I just felt comfortable with everything. The way the lines come back to the cockpit, and what to do. We had a we were coming back the last day, and a storm was coming, and the boat handled it really well when the storm hit us. We were hoping we'd get back in before it hit, but it hit us before we got in. And I really do feel a lot better about the boat, so I'm so glad that we did take another trip. Of course, we did a lot of, we learned a lot when we went on the trip to the Bahamas, and that was great. But we do need the experience, and so I would strongly recommend, if you want to do this, that you do the same thing. Find opportunities to get out on a boat if you don't already have one. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you the next time on Sailing with No Agenda.